Welcome everybody to another Modern stream. Today we're going to be playing a list, a little bit inspired by what Punt Den Wine has been playing lately. So I am going to try to go in with an open mind and just put one Azusa, just the one of Azusa in my in my amulet deck. Not sure how I feel about this. I mean, I know how I feel about it. It sucks, but he's been having success doing that, and I wanna see what that's about. One thing that I changed from Punt's list is the fact that he was actually going down all the way down to 2 castles, and trying to go a little bit higher on bounce lands. He's playing a second Celestial Sanctuary. Um, because of everybody playing Damping Sphere in the sideboard and just overall how amazing Castle has been for me, I am choosing to play a third castle instead. He was also playing Bog in the sideboard instead of the main deck, adding a second copy of Gems to Mine, and also adding what's the name of this card? Um, Crumbling Vestige to the list. Crumbling Vestige is the Punt Then Wine special, which is this land right here. And he's playing Colony Garden, which I'm actually doing as well here. 2 copies fielded in the main deck. But yeah, so the reason for not wanting to go higher on bounce lands is number one, playing less Azuzas, the value of bounce lands goes down considerably, especially while playing a full 31 lands. And another thing is like both Valakut and Field of Dead, which are the payoffs that we're trying to maximize with this list, actually care about having a bunch of lands in play, which bounce lands go directly against, right? Because they return lands to your hand, so they don't allow you to develop your mana, or if they do, it's at the cost of a land drop, right? Like one actual land on your battlefield. And doing that actually makes both Valakut and Field a little bit worse. So I decided to keep the same amount of bounce lands and instead add another Castle Garenbrig instead of going back up 1 bounce land. In fact, I was considering actually cutting yet another bounce land, which is something that I'm interested in trying maybe in some future stream. But for now, we're going with this. The main deck is basically the same in terms of the cards that I'm playing. The lands do actually have a couple of differences, but nothing super huge. And then finally, chat is not loading somehow. I don't know if. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my chat was dead for a second, but I'm seeing on the screen that it's you guys are actually writing something. So hopefully that will get fixed. Please, Twitch, can you fix that real quick? Thank you. But yeah, and the sideboard is pretty much like nothing at all like Punts. I made a lot of changes regarding the sideboard. All right, there we go. Now it's fixed. Sweet. So I added counter magic. With Punt wasn't playing. I added 3 dismembers. Punt was only playing 2. Rex Sage, I added ramming up with Punt was also not playing. I added Baloth and a second Beast Within, which Punt wasn't playing, and Tectonic Edge in place of Ghost Quarter. I've explained multiple times why I like doing this. Radiant Fountain mostly as a meta call for the Magic Online metagame, and the second Cavern of Souls because Cavern's great. Without further ado, let's see how this works. Dido with the host. Welcome everybody from Dido's stream. Shwa 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 everybody. And we are just getting started. Just getting started with this league. We get greeted with the triple castle dot hand. Honestly, if this hand were a Titan, I might consider keeping it. If this hand had a Titan, sorry. So I'm gonna ship it. This is much better. Cool. So we're gonna keep, and I'm gonna bottom the pact. Oh, we're playing against Eli Cassis. So he might be playing some Urza. Sharking5446, thank you very much for that subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. And thank you for sharing your Twitch Prime love right here on the channel. Alright, so we're going to start here. This is the easy part. Out of all of this, Semi-Ghost Chamber seems like the best. So we're going to go with that. So, thanks to the Amulet and the Gracer, we actually have a turn 3 Titan with this hand, which is pretty sweet. Turn 3 Titan on the play. We're not playing against Shadow, which is good. Any chance you could explain to me what the difference is between the Slayer Stronghold and Hardware Garrison versions? Yes, mostly the fact that one of them has like a combo potential and the other one doesn't really. Main deck Thoughtseize is kind of a beating. Maybe I shouldn't have done that actually. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I guess it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Because I'm still representing another Titan next turn, thanks to that. Now the question is, do I want to play the Gracer out here in order to? If I play Gracer next turn, that's 8 mana. Freedmania with the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back for the fifth month in a row. This time around, nobody played me to play Valakuts because I'm actually playing a more reasonable list. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna play this out right here. And explosives would be pretty brutal for us. Pact would also be pretty brutal, but this gets more mana in play for me, and I cannot play around counter magic anyway. Can I now? So this is gonna be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get God by Archmage's Charm, but maybe we just cannot beat our Archmage's Charm. So this is 8 mana. 6. Yeah, we can play around Mana Leak and Disdainful Stroke. We cannot play around Disdainful Stroke. We cannot play around our Archmage's Charm. In fact, we died to Archmage's Charm. But we can play around Vitalic Rebuke. Yeah, we can play around Mana Leak, we can play around Dispute, and we can play around Archmage's Charm. We cannot play around Archmage's Charm, I mean. I think it's worth going for it because things are not getting better. Like next turn, my opponent actually gets access to Cryptic Mana. That's going to be even harder for us to play around. I mean, it's just not possible for us to play around Cryptic Mana. Yeah, I think it's correct for me to go for it. I'm definitely going to be playing around Rebuke. Whoops. All right. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna haste here. They can maybe kill my Titan or something. Gracer gonna get in there as well. Make sure I can pay for Pact. Attack with everything. Not gonna go for double strike. Right here, I'm actually gonna make sure that I can pay for my Pact with a Breeding Pool. Alright, so we should be in a really good spot right now. Are any of the Cyberloot guys available to Twitch Prime or only for the full subs? Twitch Prime as well, Sharking. All you need to do is you need to go to my Discord and link your Twitch and Discord accounts, and you'll be golden. Fitted Pools. What the hell is Illy up to? I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's Ellie or Eli or English names, man. Is this like blue black Urza or something? It certainly feels like blue black Urza. Transmute for some for Pact of Negation here. So if Illy wants to get another turn, they kind of need to Cryptic Taproot right now. Maybe the Mirror Control with Bubble. It might be. Yeah. Return to owner's hand, draw a card. Okay. So I assume that they have a Thoughtseize or something. Humble Greg the Turbo sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Third subscriber of the day. Thank you so much for the support. Urza. This is fine. They only have 3 mana. Yeah, so it's like blue-black Urza, apparently. Let's play Prime Time. Boom. Boom. Sombo. Sombo. Bounce. Dryad. Come. Whoops. Almost. Almost missed that. Get in there, Prime Time. Valakut Field, I guess. Valakut. We could just go face with this. Forge Archmage's Charms, 2 Cryptics, 2 Amor Ego, 1 Ashiok, 2 Ether Gust. Damn, that's a lot. This is the flavor. It's a lot of cards. But it's fine. We're going to... actually, I don't think I want Rex Sage. I maybe do want... yeah, I guess I do want explosives because of Ashiok mostly. I do want Bog to stop the whole shebang. Kalni seems very unnecessary. Radiant Fountain also seems unnecessary. If my opponent has a Mordigo, then that's even more of a reason for me to want to keep the whole Dryad Valakut thing. It just gives me an extra avenue to victory. I don't think I need amulets. Susab is within, this is fine. Landfall Bearbolt. New deck name. Does this list feel better than traditional? I mean, I don't know yet. Straight smirking. I mean, it does feel different, right? Like it gives you some extra angles of attack that were not possible before, which is nice. I know it's really on, but you feel this is at least. Yeah, I just answered that question. I don't know. Just don't know. I have to imagine they're gonna have damping sphere too, right? Because of damping sphere, we shape one rot farm. I wonder if they're playing force too. Yeah, sideboarding for this one's gonna be weird. Let's try something like this and see what happens. Um, I like I like taking out. That was Ankipo, by the way, and so is this one. I like not like I don't really care for rot farms even with dismembers because usually unless there's a matchup where like dismember is actually playing a it's more of an aggro. If my life total matters, basically, that's basically what it is. Otherwise, I think that both Gruul Turf and Sunless actually help you haste and double strike thanks to Gemstone Mine. So I feel like this might be necessary. I think I've just bottoming this member. Feels bad though. I think I'm just gonna ship the Titan. Feels very weird to do that, but I think it might just be correct. Turn one Thoughtseize. Yeah, I have to do this in response. Burning Pool's perfect. If they have Ashiok, they're gonna take my negate. If they have something else, they're gonna take my dismember. So this discard spell is actually very good for them. But so this Valakut still proven to be trash in this build. Not really sequiest. It's been pretty reasonable. All right, so they do have Ashiok, which really sucks for me. Which really sucks for me. Damping Sphere, that one doesn't really matter. But if they have Ashiok right now, that actually is gonna matter a lot. And maybe now that I know about Damping Sphere, maybe I should be bringing in Rex Sage and more Ego. Okay. So we're gonna have to win this one the hard way, huh? Let's go. Let's go. I miss you, Tracker. Where are you, Tracker? I miss you so much. You know the thing is busted when made a whole command for trashing Valakut, but it's calling a reasonable 2 days later. Fair. That's Valakut to cart. Hey, if you're planning on playing Valakuts, you can use that link. I just need to develop my mana, make my land drops, because we are in, like the kids say, a shit ton of trouble right here. What are the matchups that are good with Valakut? Well, when your opponent just literally exiles all your stuff, and you still have a very, I don't want to say realistic, but like there's a chance for you to still win, I guess. I don't think I can pact for anything that matters, right? Just pact for another Dryad. Go for the beatdown. That's literally all that I can do. Well, here we go. Let's go. Nah, why would I want to bring Chameleon Colossus in a matchup where my opponent is making tokens, right? Doesn't really make much sense. The battlefield sure is sexy. Yeah, hell yeah. Alright, so we died. I don't think we were winning that game anyway, but... So, Sage coming in, Pact of Negation going out. That's kind of it. Let's go. Casually falls into Cryptic New Amulet Trap. No, I mean I'm not just falling for it. It's just like if they have it, they have it, right? Like what can I do anyway? Sure, this hand is reasonable. Like how am I planning to win that game otherwise? Right? You just have no lands. Like explain to me what would have been your line. Boulder face to death, I guess. I need to put a clock on them, right? Like their top decks are so much better than me. They have their mana set up, they have half of their combo set up. How am I winning otherwise? Like they had a cryptic command in hand, right? How am I beating a cryptic command? If I'm not trying to put pressure on them. Alright, this hand is not coming together. This hand not coming together. Please no discard spell. God damn it. Alright. Probably taking the Dryad. Yep. This plays into push though. I mean, I have to assume that my opponent cited at some number of fatal pushes. And this makes my next turn so much better. God damn it. Just played right into the fatal push. Ugh. This hand is not coming together. When I kept it, it made sense. Like it had potential, but this is just not working out. My draws have not been even remotely close to reasonable. And my opponent's hand has lined up perfectly against ours. Thoughtseize. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we're probably just dead here. If they are more, they go here. I'm missing lands. I'm missing a Titan. Thopter Foundry. I mean, I guess I do have Titan mana now. So if somehow Eli doesn't have anything at all, literally nothing, they cannot have nothing. Yeah, so I guess I crack here in response. Forces them to tap one more mana if they want to have a Disruptor. Mystic Sanctuary 4, probably drawing the lock here. Yep. Okay. So if I top deck exactly Prime Time, and my opponent's card in hand is not a counterspell, we have a shot. And that's not a Titan. So I want to say that we're probably just dead in the waters here. My opponent is also drawing a Drown in the Lock, which I cannot realistically beat unless I draw a Bojuki Bog before I draw anything else. Or a Cavern, I guess. Because I have 6 cards in my graveyard. Yeah, I don't think we can win anymore now. Still back and necessary, I would like to be playing a second gemstone and also remain a third lands. Humble Greek, I'm trying things. I'm always trying things. Just because I'm doing something, it doesn't mean that I know whether it's good. I don't know if it's whether it makes sense. I don't know if it's the optimal thing. It means that I'm trying it out. Alright, that's something at least. Except it's not really something yet. Because I still cannot Titan plus hold up that, so... GQ them to shuffle and then put myself behind on land drops again. That doesn't seem like a winning proposition. Inquisition of Kozilek. God damn it. There goes my plan. I kind of like what Ila is doing over there. Yeah, these draws have not been cooperating whatsoever. It's a rough way to start the stream. This Urza card, still pretty freaking powerful. Archmage's Charm to draw 2. Yeah, okay, that's enough for me. We're done here. He was suddenly prepared for the matchup. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be prepared for the matchup. I thought that we had a shot. It's just like my hand just did not... my hand had kind of like a way that it could have worked out. In fact, it was actually pretty reasonably positioned to work out, but the top of the deck just did not help me. I don't think that there were any misplays or anything. It was just like a matter of Ili's draw just lined up very well against ours. And yep. So this is a turn for Titan on the draw. Gonna be greedy. I have faith. I have faith in this hand. You mean halfway through your first league match, you don't have perfect information about the most optimal build? Yeah, that's precisely what I'm saying. Clearly, I'm a noob. I should know better. So I'm going to assume that my opponent is an Eldrazi Tron. Because if they were on regular Tron, then why the hell would they not have turn 3 Tron, right? Oh, okay. I might stand corrected here. Oh, 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 spice. Did I just punt? I totally punted. We could have a Titan this turn if I had played correctly. I should have played the castle last turn. Why didn't I play the castle? Well, that's very stupid. Yeah, that was 100% the punt. 100% the punt. All right. Let's see what you got, Core Topper. All right, expedition map. All right, we got Tron online. Urza's mine. Now what? Walking Ballista. That does literally nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Castle. Prime time. Yes. Valakut. Stronghold. Valakut here. Valakut here. Always yes. Always yield. Haste here. Red. White. This is super mega lethal. Valakut. Vesuva. Pew. 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 Got him. Alright. Negate seems good. Tech Edge seems good. Beast Within seems incredible. So does Raminap, so does Sage. Bog out, okay, Cavern out. Actually, this. Maybe I just don't want Field in this matchup. I'm unfortunately not familiar enough with this matchup to know what matters and what doesn't. This is, for those of you that are unaware, this is like a new Tron combo deck that uses Core Tapper and the other thing, the Chalice, the I don't remember the name. Yeah, this card, Everflowing Chalice, and it makes this one and this one, Astral Cornucopia, and it makes a ton of mana, and then it goes infinite with Mystic Forge and Paradox Engine. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I guess this is a great way of stopping their zero mana stuff. The only problem with actually, I don't think I want the explosives because he doesn't do anything against Karn, and my opponent's plan is very much based on Karn. Actually, I'm gonna keep the Gracers, Shavon Explorers. So yeah, I think that because of Karn, I kind of don't want to do this. Amulet seems very, very good. Pact seems very, very good. So does Negate. Hmm. Dice Town. That's funny. Maybe. Yeah, maybe just ramming up is not where I want to be. Because I could see that not really mattering because of all the artifact mana that my opponent's gonna be able to make, so. Yeah, I don't think this is keepable. Kame game, I literally have a 1 match in, so I cannot draw conclusions. Okay, this is good. So we're gonna keep this. We're gonna bottom Sage and Stronghold. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I need to grab the semi-growth there. Dice Factory, yeah, that's it. I know that X-Well has been having a very large amount of success actually with this deck. There's the Chalice. Chalice for 0. Oh yeah, that's right. They can like control where the Chalice is at, which is pretty cool. We can't unfortunately avoid doing this, so we kind of just have to hope that they cannot make a shit ton of mana this turn. It's a Ghost Quarter. So they're gonna start growing the Everflowing Chalice, which sucks for us. In fact, I might need to be within this. Not yet, because we have the negate. Gotcha! Ugh. What can I do here? I think you just pass the turn. Hoping that another negate is gonna be good enough. So my opponent just don't have anything? There's a prime time, but it's also tech edge. Let's think here for a second. So if I get tech edge here, I destroy the power plant. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Let's do this. Sure. So they destroy that there. Well, I guess I'm gonna use. Yes, I actually have to use my mana here. So this was draw step. So if I destroy this, my opponent is going to only have access to 2/6 mana. If I destroy this, you're gonna have access to. Yeah, I think I actually have to destroy one of the lands, and the one that I search for is the power plant, so we're gonna destroy that one. And I'm doing this right now because I'm planning on playing the semi-growth this turn, so I'm gonna have to do this right now anyway. So I'm gonna be taking 3 from this beast, but it doesn't really matter. So this is 6. We're gonna get Tolaria West and I guess another semi-growth chamber. I guess I should have gotten a Valakut because it would have. Yeah, I should have actually gotten a Valakut because of the Dryad. Because Valakut would have allowed me, if my opponent does have another Titan end step, it would have allowed me to do something about it. Double spatial contortion. That's cute. Surge node. Okay, so they can start putting a lot of counters here, but they have. It seems to me like they just don't have anything going on. So I can take 3 one more time. So let's just mute for Pact of Negation. Let's play the Sexy Man. Now we're able to hold up counter magic ×2, which seems pretty solid. And next turn we're going to be able to pact for a Titan and still pay for Pact of Negation, which should be pretty much game over. 6 mana for Mystic Forge. No. No thank you. Honestly, if they had attacked, I would not have blocked. Someone respect. Oh! Damn. I totally forgot that there was a chalice here. Whoopsies! Alright, we actually have a game here. I totally forgot there was a chalice. Damn. That's kind of brutal, actually. I really punted this one. Whoops. So much going on. So much going on. Alright. So I guess that if we find the Titan, we're going to win, and if we don't, we're gonna lose. But like Pact doesn't get me there. I totally forgot that. I didn't even know that this was Chalice deck. Has this always been a Chalice deck? Alright, so I 100% don't want Pact of Negation in my deck then. I guess my opponent also forgot that. Or they just didn't know how the interaction works or whatever. Is there anything I can do here? Because Explosives doesn't allow me to blow that up. I don't think there's anything I can get. I think I just have to go get Summoner's Pact here and just hope that I top deck a Rex Sage. I guess the line would have been at some point. Honestly, I totally forgot that Chalice was in play, but I'd like to return this and to copy one of my opponent's Tron lands so I could Chalice for 0. Chalice for 1 with 0 colors, basically. Sure. 10 mana. Is this the Mog? Or Ballista? Sounds like a Ballista. Oh, no. Astral Chronocopia. I mean, we're still one draw step away from winning, which is kind of hilarious. Alright, so now we're going to lose next turn. Hold. Yeah, doesn't do it. Alright, next one. Yeah, I totally blanked on that on that Chalice being in there. Alright, so this does change my sideboarding considerably. So we're gonna take out a couple of pacts. We are actually, I don't think I want Priming Up, honestly. I certainly do want Explosives though, it seems worth it. And Can bring in one explore. What did I just do? I wanted to do this. There we go. That's much better. Yeah. Let's try that. Hey, Red Garpa, thanks for hanging out. Sure. No reason to once upon a turn 1. Solid. I guess there's reason to once upon now. Castle Brig, Valakut. Sure, let's do Valakut and let's play it out this turn. So next turn we're gonna Dryad. Following turn, we're gonna Titan. Dismember not worth for Tapper? I don't think so. It's just too narrow. And even Tapper gets value on the way out. So it's not even that great. Chalice for 1. Chalice for 0. This time I'm on top of it, chat. This time I'm gonna be on top of it. Dismember. That doesn't really matter, we can still Titan next turn. Mystic Forge. Woof. So if I Amulet here, I'm 1 green mana away. That's kind of brutal. If I Dryad, nah, it has to be better to just prime time. Hey yo. I think I'm just gonna get this once and then pass the turn. Even if my opponent does get rid of the Titan somehow, we can start doing nasty things with the Dryad next turn. Alright, there's the Karn. So prime time down. I think we might actually just have lethal here. We do actually have lethal here. Coolio. My punt game too didn't end up mattering. Classic. And keepable hand is unkeepable. Keepable hand is keepable. I think we're shipping this. Sending this to the bottom. Let's go. Let's go. So do we re-rand as modern lands? It's kind of what's going on, right? We're playing 31 lands in our deck. Easy. My opponent says that I'm going to destroy them. Redundant Summoner's Pact, not what I wanted to see. Basically, what I want to see is lands right here. That's all that really matters for me to somehow hit my land drops. Castle would be the best. Oh, Jando. One kind of, I don't want to say big, but like a real downside from the Dryad is the fact that it actually grows Goif, which kind of sucks a little bit. Artless Goif was kind of cool back there. That would be an interesting way to alter your cards. Just like scratch off every single piece of art. Just every one of the arts in your cards. Just put like just Sharpie through everything. You probably cannot play a match with that, right? You cannot play illegally with a deck like that. Huinok with a tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep. So if they kill the Dryad somehow, Goifo immediately becomes a 5/6. Because usually the way that they're going to destroy this is with an instant, so. However, if they trophy me to kill this, then they're dead. So, maybe that's what my opponent's like wondering over there. They're like, final nub with the host, with the one viewer. Thank you, Jonathan. I really appreciate the troll host. Always feels good to get troll hosted. That's funny. Got me. If they were gonna do this, I don't know why they didn't do it before combat, but whatever. Once upon a time. And we're getting Tulare West. I'm thinking whether we should go get a bounce land or just play this out. Can we beat Liliana? I guess I'll just play this out. And the way we beat Liliana is my opponent minuses instead of plussing. But if they have another discard spell, we're gonna be in a world of hurt. There you go. Are they gonna plus? Are they gonna minus? Yes! Got him! It was too tempting to minus there, right? Just too tempting. Poggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, calling this list totally different from yesterday is probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but sure. What are we doing here? I kind of want a double bounce land. So we can play around Maelstrom Pulse here by bouncing Colony and then bouncing Tolaria, Transmute, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 to pay for Pact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I guess that we're not gonna be able to Titan next turn, but we're gonna be able to Titan on the following turn. Like we already have field going, right? So there's no need for me to get a second field, and we're still like, I'd rather have more mana in play. Like if we had 6 zombies instead of 3, my opponent's losing anyway, right? This way, I have access to more mana in play, and I'm setting myself up for another Titan on the following turn. So getting more bounce lands seems 100% like the correct line here. Second Liliana would be moderately annoying, but still easily beatable. Scavenging Ooze. Whose list are we playing? This list is actually mine, but it was inspired um in it. It was fairly inspired by Punt's list and what I played yesterday, and like just what I expect in the metagame. Sure, you eat my prime time. You don't want to attack opponents? Why? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Green and this. Never lucky. I'm basically never lucky, so I'm gonna have to make my own luck here. What do I not mind discarding? Probably this. I think it's actually correct for me to throw 2 zombies under the bus just to clear the Liliana. So they block here, and this kills Liliana. Because now I'm playing around K Command and a second Liliana, which otherwise, like second Liliana would really get me. So now, literally, the only thing I could lose to is exactly Thoughtseize. Nothing else beats me. Another Goyf certainly doesn't beat me. Yeah, this game's over now. Te pasaste al lado oscuro. Sí, no sé, lo estoy probando a ver qué pasa. GG's. I could attack or I could Plague Wind. Plague Wind seems better. Can I Plague Wind this turn though? 1, 2, 3 to transmute. No, I cannot Plague Wind this turn. Since I cannot Plague Wind. 1, 2, 3. So you go with 4-star 3/4s? Yeah, okay. So since we cannot Plague Wind, I'm gonna do this. Opponent has seen enough. Raminap, Baloth, Colossus, Explosives, Fountain. Out with this. Out with a couple of these. Out with this one. Actually, I think I went out with all the Gracers. Cavern out. Broad Farm out. One Valakut out. These units are nice. Shade 1 packed. Good to go. Why didn't we keep the bounce in hand? Because I wanted to maximize my mana in play. Why only one Azusa? Because I'm trying the list that Punt was having a lot of success with. Or like I'm trying a list inspired by the list that Punt was having a lot of success with. Keeping this is exactly the kind of hand that you want against Jund. Hands that make Thoughtseize bad. And that is exactly what this hand is. Letting this resolve, if they take my once upon a time, I don't really care. Because the best card in this hand is Explore. Bounce in hand would have helped against Thoughtseize, right? But then on the next turn, I cannot transmute, play Titan and Haste, right? Like you saw how even after my line, I was pretty stuck against pretty stuck on mana if they're after all the mana that I had in play. Is John high on Ashes right now? Yes. They're playing like 2, I think. Maybe more. Because it's like literally the only way that they can beat us, right? If I were my opponent, I think I would seriously consider taking the Explorer here. It's the best card in the matchup by a significant margin. And I'm planning on going turn 1 Vesuva, copy my opponent's Silvergrown Tomb, then take it from there. I guess I can just play tap the Breeding Pool and I can play Vesuva next turn if need be. Because if I draw a bounce on, I might want to copy that with Vesuva. Kind of crazy how this matchup turned around so much. What do you mean? I still think the matchup is positive. I love how if I go over here, the Inquisition grows, and then it goes back again. Grows, back again, tiny. Alright, they finally figure out, and they got it once upon a time. Which I'm not too hot on that decision from my opponent. I still believe that Explorer was the best card. That's a nice one for my opponent to not have seen. I guess they're going to have seen it now. And Second Inquisition actually makes my opponent's play a lot more reasonable now. Compared to before Field, I mean, the matchup was already good without Field. If anything, it went back to being a little bit closer with the printing of Ashiok. Do they have a third Discard spell? No. Yeah, I'm not sure I like my opponent's line here. Explorer is by far the best card in this hand. Does Ashiok make us want Valakut? No fear. No. Ashiok honestly makes us want Beast Within over anything else really. Trying to diversify my lands here, that's why I did not play Vesuva copy in Celestia Sanctuary. Sure, you get Liliana. Just trying to make land drops and diversify my threats. Opponent being smart and not minusing. Good job, OP. Well, I guess we do that, right? If they have it, they have it. like if they have a second Liliana or whatever. And I guess what to do with this Vesuva? Because I copy there. Maybe I should have copied Verdant Catacombs actually. Second Lily, I guess. Well. Colossal Dreadmaw gets there. 6 mana, 6/6 trample. Too good against Jund. Just too good. Yeah, I have these members in my deck. That's why I was going with Tomb. If I hadn't had the Valakut in play as a red souls already, I would have gone for the other one, for the stomping ground, because I value having red mana over black mana a little bit higher. But yeah, sad that they didn't try to discard my card. Fair, I know. Me encantó los enfrentamientos con Fletcher. Yeah, we've been having a pretty solid record against Jund lately. Days of Eldritch. Yeah. But I think that Banana Loaf 123 means more as a meme than anything else. Yes, please and thank you. On the play, so turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Dryad plus Valakut, I guess. Turn 3 could be anything. Do I consider humans a bad matchup? Yes. I certainly don't consider it to be positive. Thank you for the follow there. I missed your name, but thank you for the follow. Yeah, I actually have to hold Bounce Sound in hand here. Prismatic. Oh, man. Oh, I totally failed. Oh, so we're playing against Shadow. Okay, cool. Yeah, George. Like the fact that you went 4-1 with those horrendous matchups is actually quite impressive. Okay, so we're gonna put this on Giant. Oh, I'm. God damn it! Such a bad punt. I wanted to put this on Nymph. Whoops. I'm like, yeah, so I get to cover and put this, and I can even once upon a time instant player on this card spell, and I'm like, whoops. Well, I guess it's not a giant, right? Giant. Oh, well, nope, no working out. No work. Oh, damn it. All right, well. The self-time walk. I just want to give my opponent a shot this game, okay? Like this hand was so good that I just want to give my opponent a shot here. I'm just gonna go ahead and blame it on chat. I'm just gonna blame it on chat being like, like sexy and confusing me. Chat, stop being so sexy and confusing me. So we're gonna play the second amulet. Gonna float some mana, and I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna once upon a time using. No, it's better for me to do this here because if we find Azusa, Grazer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that doesn't matter. No, Grazer doesn't matter. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna bounce Valakut. We're going to transmute for Summoner's Pact. And we're gonna pitch the Grazer. We die 20 discard spell, but thanks to double amulet, Valakut is going to trigger twice, so that's gonna give us 6 mana for Summoner's Pact. For Titan, sorry. So we pitch the Grazer to the Liliana. We're gonna take a solid amount of damage here, another Goyf. So that means the prime time's good to go. Okay, so we take 6. And unless they have exactly this member, we should win here. So double amulet. Boom. You see, all of these turns after, clearly putting Covenant Giant was the line. God damn it. Really not helping myself out here, but... oh well. So if my opponent has exactly this member, I get blown out. I do have to pay for Pact, though. So that's 8 minus 7. Yeah, I think I just have to go for it, and I just have to accept that I die to this member. Because what happens if my opponent does have this member, and I choose to play around it? I can play around it, but that means that this Titan is chomp attacking into a Tarmogoyf, and then I die to Timur Battle Rage. So my opponent probably has like 1 or 2 dismembers and 2 to 3 Timur Battle Rages. Because if I want to play until next turn, that means I have to survive, and survive means pay for my pact. And I can't do that and actually do more stuff next turn. Because I just have a dead draw in my hand. Yeah, I do have to go for it, I think. Like, the question is, do I want to play around this member, or do I want to play around TBR plus my opponent killing me? Because what can happen is I attack, my opponent doesn't block, they minus Liliana, and they swing for lethal. I can attack Liliana, they just like take it, Goyfs grow, and then if they have TBR, I just die. I also need to pay for my pact next upkeep, so there's also that. So I actually think, can we just field Karni? If I field Karni, then my opponent blocks Tarmogoyf right here. We trade, and then I think I'm actually behind because my opponent's gonna have like Liliana close to ultimate, and I just don't have gas, right? And I can't go for Tulare West because I need to be able to pay for my pact. Yeah, so if I get Sandhome Field and I don't kill my opponent and I don't go for it, I die to my upkeep pact trigger. Otherwise, yes, that would definitely be the line. But the fact that if my opponent plays around it and everything's on the table, right? Then I literally just die to my upkeep pact. So I think that I actually have to go for it. And I'm pretty sure that there's no way for me to do this any other way. I thought it was worth considering. I thought it was worth talking about it. Are we not packing bogey? Yes, we are sharking, but we cannot double strike. And if the Tarmogoyfs will still be a 4/5, or even bigger if I bog them instead of myself. It's the fact that I don't have double green for pact, and there was no time where I could have actually done that, right? We should have kept the first. This was my draw step for the turn. I was forced into playing Valakut because I was otherwise 1 mana short. I was forced into playing an ETB tap land, so this is what I set up last turn, right? I set up having an ETB tap land in my hand so I could get 1 extra mana thanks to the double Amulet. So yeah, we're only getting got by Dismember and nothing else. I don't think I guess that the Murderous Cut could get us. I think that I just have to go for it though. And fortunately for me. Stuck my triggers. Float. Double strike. Alright, you got the Dismember, opponent. F6. They did have it. Yep. That's fine. I do stand by my play. I think it was the correct line. There was a risk, and I talked about it. And my opponent just had it, so no harm, no foul. Interesting that my opponent's back in main deck. Liliana. I even wonder if they're playing what's his name? Magus in the sideboard. You may have jinxed it by talking about because I started talking about it. Ken 125, thank you for the follow. Because I started talking about it, the cards in my opponent's hand just like changed, and they didn't have the Dismember before. But when I started talking about it, magically Dismember showed up in my opponent's hand, and I was blown out. And next time I won't talk about it because that's gonna be the correct line, just to not jinx it. I forget every time, I forget every time that I should not be talking about it because I will jinx it. You have this member from his deck when you were talking about it. Exactly. That's precisely what happened. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think this sound is very good. This sound is way, way better. This one is actually super close. If I ship the Dryad, this is a turn 2. Okay. I mean, there's multiple ways that this goes wrong, right? Surgical blows me out. Discard spell just blows me out as well. So there's multiple ways that this doesn't work, especially against a heavily interactive deck as John Shadow. What would that be? Womp womp. Take the amulet. Come on, opponent. The correct line was to take the amulet. At that point, if I draw an Azusa or any Primeval Titan, I actually have lethal on the crackback. So it was 100% for my opponent to take the second amulet. This is a very common thing that happens though, which is your opponent's like undervaluing the power of the second amulet. Well, now that actually is different. Still, if they were gonna do that, they should have done it in my turn. Alright, so we're drawing towards Primeval Titan here. Why the hell does my opponent have Surgical Extraction in their deck? That bothers me. And I keep drawing blanks. On your turn, you could just cast it and kill them. Nope. I was 1 mana short. And then I wouldn't have been able to pay for my pact, and I would have died on my upkeep. So, no. I couldn't have. Okay, it's actually lethal. Alright. My opponent made a mistake. My opponent sideboarded poorly. They made a mistake, and then they were rewarded for that. Feels bad, man. I assume you meant on your next upkeep. Did you mean the previous turn? Yeah, I meant the previous turn. Like, honestly, they should have immediately done it. Like, if they had Surgical in hand, or their plan was to Surgical my Summoner's Pact, they should have Inquisitioned, taken the Summoner's Pact, and then immediately Surgical. That would have been the correct line. My opponent got greedy, and they took, instead of taking the second amulet, they took the line that made the most sense for them, but then on execution, they actually messed it up. And if they could have done, if they would have, they could have gotten punished by just dying, basically. Because if they didn't do it my turn, if I draw an Azusa or a Titan, they are straight up dead, like that turn. Turn 5 Titan on the draw. We can do better. Look at this. We actually don't have enough land, so I'm just gonna bottom the Azusa here. So turn 2. Turn 1 pool, turn 2 explore into land, turn 3 Dryad. Nothing feels better than your opponent going. Atticus Lol, thank you for the follow. Nothing feels better than your opponent going turn 1 once upon a time and showing you Matter Reshaper. Feels good, man. Because I don't know if I'm gonna draw an amulet, it's better for me to put the Breeding Pool in play. Monterey Shaper scary, yeah. So the only way that we might be in trouble here is if my opponent just goes Tron. Yeah, Chell's good. If they go like Natural Tron into TKS. So they probably do have the turn 3 Tron. I would assume that once upon a time draw is kind of painful. Oof. Draw a blank piece of virtual cardboard. Okay, Eldrazi Temple. Swinging a Gracer for value. Hey, Hedalex, how's it going? Just don't have TKS. All right, this one we can beat. Unsurprisingly, this one we can beat. Castle off the top. Castle. Castle. Feels bad, man. Here I'm mostly doing this just to incentivize my opponent to blow up one of my lands. Which means that they don't thought not me. Yeah, that castle was too late though. Ghost Quarter. Please smash me. Please smash me. Oh no, second Reshaper, unbeatable. I legit don't want them to draw a card, so. Opponent, what the hell are you doing? I'm very confused. I actually don't want my opponent's Mother Shepherds to die. You want to tech edge me? Good. That's exactly what I wanted. So now my Stronghold is safe, and so is my Field of the Dead. Also, I have Primeval Titan in play, and my opponent is down in land drops, so this game is probably over unless my opponent has double Dismember. Please smash me, yep. Would have been great. I think I might have just missed a follow. Yeah, Ilkfoy. Thank you for the follow. And the Golden Horncle, I actually missed your follow. My bad. That Sig Valakut value? Exactly. How are we feeling in regards to Stronghold host, Sunhome versus Garrison? You mean battlements? Yeah. You mean battlements? Yeah. Right here, it would have been not even strictly better. I guess it would have been better. Yeah. This would have been better. Yeah. Right here. But like for example, in the time like in the previous match, for example, we wouldn't have been dead to the we wouldn't have been dead to Dismember. Would have been actually dead, right? We would have had actual no outs. in the previous match. So yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some, right? There's some situations where it's gonna be better. There's some situations where it's gonna be just much worse. I feel like I want to side out of the land, try to figure which one it's gonna be. I think it's just gonna be a road farm. Is there no Urza Dryad list? Why do people always assume that because we're testing something new or we think something like the previous version is unplayable? Punt literally won the modern the modern challenge whatever with a list with no Urza and no Dryads. Like I don't understand why people always think that. It's just like no, Quinoc. It's still very playable. It's still very good. It's still potentially better than this. You should never assume that because we're trying something new or people are like high on something new that it's better or even like unplayable. Like you can totally go ahead and just win an event this week with that list. In fact, again, as I'm saying, it's probably better than this one. Why do you side out a flexible card like Pact when you could just side out a target for it like Prime Time? Because of a card called Chalice of the Void, which my opponent plays 4 copies of in their deck, and it's actually quite good against us when they put it on 0. That is the main reason. Alright. This is kind of the problem that I have with this list, right? It's just like I would kill for an Azusa right here. Just gonna get this. Like I would really, really love to have access to a virtual 8 copies of the 3 mana ramp. And my opponent's gonna be ahead on mana this game. Yep. I'm gonna be ahead on mana. Like by a lot. Yeah, this is the one Azusa for Dryad, and I'm already not liking it. I understand why. I'm just not sold. Like Azusa is so good. It makes our amulet so much better. I'm not particularly psyched about having access to less. Karn liberated? This has to be like a one-off. And my opponent just hit the literal nuts. We can't win. Feels bad, man. Alright, let's try it again. Find Dryad is better in traditional Valakut? Yeah. The Valakuts have been very awkward multiple times, yeah. I mean, it's a. I feel like this is just a higher upside, higher roof, lower floor kind of version of the deck, right? Like you're giving yourself some like alternate win conditions and like some different way of potentially winning the game, but you're doing so at the cost of putting cards that are just like worse than their alternatives in your deck, right? So you're definitely paying a cost, like and a very real cost. Can I keep this on the play? We're very good against Thoughtnuts here, but if we don't find, we have to find some kind of ramp off of these. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. We just have to. There's like the chances for us whiffing are very low. Most of these lists with things like one Azusa and Battlements is people just scared to cut Amulet. Yeah, exactly. And at that point, like, why are you just playing Amulet in the first place, right? You can just play like the Simic Field deck, and you are probably gonna be doing better. All right, that's not bad. So this is just to gather some info here. Some nympho. Nymph. So I guess this is going to be our untapped land for next turn. So I guess I might as well have access to Valakut. If there were a castle here, I would pick a castle. But since there isn't, and the alternative is another bounce land, I already have like enough amount. Like I already have a lot of bounce lands in my hand. Castle would have actually been like the best thing to draw there. Again, this being significantly worse than Azusa here. I basically need another untapped source. Like Radiant Fountain would be great, a great draw actually here. Amulet would also be good, right? Yeah, but you can actually just forego the whole amulet thing, which is what the blue-green Titans and some like green-red Titan decks have been doing, right? It's just like taking out your amulets and just like becoming a better. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do Dryad and then play Boros, Garrison, Bouncing, Sunhome. So now we actually, if the Dryad doesn't die, we actually have Titan Mana next turn. They probably do have Dismember, because they could have Expedition. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, if this is a Thought Knot, then we probably just win here. Because we have to resolve Prime Time. But yeah, that's what the blue green and red green Titan decks, which actually saw a pretty solid amount of success this past weekend in the showcase challenge events, have been doing, right? Once upon, because we might find another Dryad or something. Too late castle. I think I just get another Prime Time here, right? Yep. I already have Titan mana. So my opponent needs to Expedition Map, go get Ghost Quarter. In the end, more strong and better normal Amulet. You mean that Amulet is just better? Like what we're playing right now is just better? If that's what you mean, then I agree. Yeah, you see, we played around the Thought Knot very, very efficiently there. Is this punt lists? No, I made some changes from punt's list. So we're gonna get Field of the Dead. We're not gonna be able to trigger it, which sucks, but we're gonna have it in play at least. And Tectonic Edge. So my opponent will need to again have basically complete Tron, which they can do, right? They can do so on board. They're gonna need to complete Tron and play a card on the Great Creator, or kind of Liberated in order to win this one. Sexy Dryad is up around $10 now. In Moto or in paper? Because I think that it was $10 like all along. I'm pretty sure. Castle missing. We already had Titan mana. That's why I didn't pick the castle, and I decided to play around like a flurry of Thought Knot Seers, which ended up working out pretty well for me. 4 yesterday for 30, I think it was a good deal. Yeah, that sounds about reasonable. paper. It can be. In Moto, the Dryad is 215 right now, which is 35 cents less than I paid for them. But at least I got a couple of for once, so. The Great Creator. Instant Bridge. So they search for the power plant and the tower. Oh man. How can I be this good? How am I this good, chat? Somebody explain to me. How am I this good? I don't know, Man of Mystery. I don't know what's better. I literally have been playing it for 2 days. I have no Dryad here, so this. I guess that the only value in playing Valakut is that it allows me to get double field here, which is kind of nice. I guess I also get to Ghost Quarter here. Actually, Ghost Quartering sounds better to me, now that I think about it. So Ghost Quarter, Rule Turf, and I'm going to explore into Ghost Quarter and draw step, destroy the tower, which was the other one that they searched for. Do we have Ramming Up? We don't need Ramming Up. Like, I'm probably just gonna kill my opponent next turn. I think that I didn't bring it in. Like, you don't really need to lock your opponent out. Like, once the bridge is gone, like, Karn just is not that powerful. That is strange to me that they would value the Karn Great Creator over the TKS. Draw step. Like, their Karn is literally not doing anything, right? Since it's going down to 1. So you can't minus. Because they had dropped by half and now they're spiking again. Outcast, yeah, that feels bad. I'm sure you have answered this question already, but how do you feel in New Titan? Yeah, I've been talking about that nonstop for the past couple of days. I don't know yet. I think that it's good. There's definitely something here, but I'm still not sold that it's strictly better than the other version. I don't know. Yeah, so you probably want to plus here, OP. Like, they don't even bother. They threw their Thought under the bus to have the Karn survive, and then they don't even bother uptaking it. Classic. Maybe actually there was a better line here, but I didn't really bother thinking. Because this has to be lethal, so my opponent can block here. That's 8, 10, 16, 18. Yeah, we have super lethal. Just throw everything at their face. The real question is, why are they still playing? Yeah, fair. Field. I was honestly considering just saying no and just like asserting dominance that way. That could have been the correct line. Yeah, I don't think I played particularly well this league. There were a bunch of like stupid, silly mistakes. We still managed to get a 3-2 there, which is nice. But yeah, This league it was nice because we saw some of the weaknesses of going all in on this plan. We saw like the just the lack of power level of Valakut and Dryad when they don't have each other. Right, I was Dryad flooded against Eldrazi and I did nothing, and I was Valakut flooded against Valakut was bad against the what's the name of the deck? The John Shadow list that we played against. So we definitely hit some lows there, which is nice. It's nice. It's good for us to not only hit the highs like we did yesterday, but also make sure that we're taking into account the lows that we're hitting with the deck in order to try to see whether those are fixable and whether we want to fix them. Only one Azusa was kind of brutal. I think at least I would want the second one. Maybe in the place of Colony Garland. And we can try something like this for the next league. What is the worth matchup for Dredge? Answer sideboard. Nice. Are you planning on testing Uro eventually? I think that Uro is like at best a sideboard card. I don't think I'm gonna be playing it, especially because it's 40 ticks on Magic Online. There's if somebody's like 50, never mind 50 ticks right now. If somebody's like have some Uros and play it, I'm like I I honestly I'm not even excited about the card. I don't think it fixes any problems for us. I think that it's only good against specifically Death Shadow or like John or something like that. Even against John, it's arguable because of the existence of Scavenging Ooze, though it's very likely that your John opponent will side out Oozes in post board matchup. So yeah, not excited for Uru Amulet, but I figured it would do well in this. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%. How was Gracer versus Scout? I'm still on the fence. This is mostly like a metagame call because of like how much mono red aggro there's right now in Magic Online. Yet somehow I played 3 leagues so far and I failed to play it against a single mono red player. So this is like one of the things that I'm just gonna be bouncing back and forth. And whenever I play against Scout, I'm just gonna play against Red 3 or 4 times or something, and I'm gonna get completely blown out. But just gonna feel bad. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the first league. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking out this stream, and I will be back for another league right after a short break. Make sure you like and subscribe and all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.